Good day, everyone, and welcome to Bob's Reviews here in Manila, Philippines. Today we have a Shopee mailbox that arrived. This is a very important part for my audio system. I could take my time on this long form vid so I could explain things a lot better than on the short form. This is how it arrived. If you saw my short, you saw how it totally packaged was arrived. But let's open it up, and what we have is a linear power supply. Now this power supply is made by I.AM.D. We have a 12 volt round plug that came with it. We have a 12 volt, I believe this is 3.5 by 3.5 millimeter. This is the one I need for my DAC, to go to my DAC. This is the IEC cable. Nice. Very nice for the main power going to the power supply. But I will not be using this. When I had my SMSL set up, I made a bunch of these IEC cables. This is a 14 gauge one, Japanese cable, 14 gauge, IEC, solid copper, wrapped in copper. If you take a close look, you can see there's copper in there, the gold color, that's solid copper wrapped. Very nice. I will be using that for this. As you can see, we have IEC plug right there. We have our 12 volt barrel type and the big round 2-pin 12 volt here. This would be the 5 volt, but this is only a 12 volt version, so this one is no good. You cannot use this. But if you bought the 12 plus 5, this would be 5 volt. On the front, we have I.AM.D LPS-330 linear power supply, toggle switch. Nice. Blue LED display displaying the voltage. We'll check that out when I hook it up out in the living room. All aluminum construction. This thing is heavy. It weighs 2 kilos. Very heavy. I believe though all the weight is from, it does have Japanese capacitors, and it has a solid copper toroidal power transformer, a toroidal transformer, and that's why I believe that it's so heavy, is from that transformer. I will put a picture up here above on the exact inside view of the unit. Size wise, she's 210 millimeters long, 90 millimeters wide, and 35 millimeters tall, or 8.2 inches long, 3.5 inches wide, and 1.3 inches tall. Now this is available in a bunch of different settings, okay? So if you need this is available, so if you need more power, or if you need a 5 volt or a 9 volt, it is available for that, okay? Now this does come in 5 volt, 3.5. It comes in 12 volt, 2.2 amp, a 9 volt, 2.7 amp, a 5 plus 5, and a 12 plus 5. Right here, this version here is a 12 volt, 30 watt, 2.2 amp output. And that's just what I need for my Fosi audio DAC. Looks very nice. It's an attractive looking unit. I was going to buy a IFI power supply, the wall wart. The audio heads call the ones that come with units that plug into the wall, the big square box, they call that a wall wart. The wall wart one, I was going to buy the IFI power supply, and that was 5,000 peso or $100 here in the Philippines. And I just couldn't it wasn't the IFI is not a true linear power supply. It's just a switched power supply on steroids. It's very good. Don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with IFI power supplies, but it's not as good as a linear power supply. And for what I paid for this, which is less than the IFI, this is the way to go. Okay. Now I paid the suggested retail price, or the price that they advertise on Shopee, is $4,411. I picked it up for $3,572. That's a discount of $839, and that is from the sale and collecting the coupons. So keep that in mind, people. Collect the coupons. and use them to your advantage. This was free shipping. It took about a week to get here because it was a pre-order, which I don't mind. Now, this is the third time I bought from this shop, and the name of the shop is HilChilE.Ph. They have a 4.8 rating on Shopee. They've been on the platform for 4 years and have 282 items posted, and their customer service is outstanding. Very good customer service. I spoke English. I spoke Chinese. They were very helpful. Their information was very helpful to me, and I really appreciate the time that they took with me and answered all my questions. But I digress. I'll take this out in the living room. We'll hook it up and we'll take a look at her. All right. Now remember, this is not a big night and day difference in the audio sound. It will make a difference. Your bass will be boomier and your highs will be higher. But how much of that will affect is the snake oil part. But it is not snake oil power, linear power supplies. They are real. There is scientific facts behind it. It's not snake oil. But how good of a benefit you'll get, that's the debatable part. But either way, this is the best way to go to get the most pure sound and power to your DAC, streamer, or preamp. This is good for your preamp, for your DAC, or for your streamer. But let's go out in the living room. We'll hook it up and we'll take a look at it. We'll be right back. Salamat. Okay, we're back out here in my living room, and I've been listening to this for 2 days now, and I've had no issues with this power supply. It's worked excellent. I did notice a little bit of a difference in the bass, in the my subwoofer. I did have to turn it down just a little bit because it was a little too punchy, if that's such a description. Sounds good. Let me zoom in on the power supply. There it is there. There it is there. It looks good. Plugs right in. My cable works beautiful. No issues whatsoever. This really is a linear power supply is the best way to get the cleanest and the most stable DC power to your item that you're using. Now you could use this for the DAC like I'm using it for right now, or you could use it for preamps, for your streamer, or for some CD players like the Fosi audio CD player. You could use this linear power supply for. So it does have a bunch of applications that it can be used for. It is a great addition to your system. Now remember, folks, I'm not saying that any of this Class D equipment is going to replace A, B, or Type A class equipment. But what I am saying is this Class D has evolved into a state in which it can compete with Class A, B. Believe me, people, I was anti-Class D for a long time. I was totally fooled by that. I tried out the SMSL DAC, and right there told me, wait a minute, this Chinese stuff needs a little bit more investigation. I was so impressed with that DAC that I bought another SMSL DAC, and then I bought a third SMSL DAC, and then I bought a SMSL amp, the A300. I had it for over a year. It worked great. I never had a problem, never had an issue. By the way, we're listening to Spotify Premium, copyright-free heavy metal, just in case you could hear it. I'm using my microphone, so you may not be able to hear it. Anyways, I digress. Anyways, Class D is just another tool in our toolbox of audio gear. And Class D really helps out for us people that are on a very tight budget, but still want to experience the sound of high-end audio without the high-end ticket price. Okay? And I'm being honest with you, I've had some of the best equipment in the world. Corel, Marantz, NAD, Nakamichi, I've had so many different systems, like I don't even want to think about it because there's a lot of money wasted. But anyways, this Class D, what I'm trying to say is this Class D has caught up to all that. They're not the old style Class D amps that we used to have. They have progressed to a state in which I am very happy with promoting and actually suggesting to people to buy Class D. If you're on a tight budget or if you're lacking in space, Class D is the answer to you. It's very good equipment. It's been the SMSL lasted me over a year of listening to it every single day, 3 to 8 to 12 hours a day. I'm PWD, so I'm home all the time. So I have nothing but time to listen to my stereo. It is the one thing I have in my life that I really truly love. I'm not going to get into it. My problem. Anyways, Class D equipment has come to a state in which it can compete with the AB amps. So, that being said, great item, great shop. Check them out on Shopee, HilChil'e.ph. This is my third purchase from them. The crossovers in my calf and the binding posts are from the same seller, the same shop. Highly suggest it. You guys check them out on Shopee. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave me a like and subscribe. I would truly appreciate it. Any comments, feel free to leave them down below. Check out our sponsor, Puffin Stuff, on the web or on Facebook. You all be safe. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you in the future. Peace. Salamat.